Have you ever met someone whose eyes shine with something they can't say out loud? Maybe you catch her looking at you, then quickly looking away, as if she's guarding a secret that could change everything. Here's the truth no one tells you. When a woman is truly falling for you, she's not always bold. Sometimes she's scared to death, not of you, but of how deeply she feels. Today on Olivia Rose, we're diving into the 10 secret signs most men completely miss when a woman is falling for you, but terrified of what it means, because love isn't just butterflies and flirting. It's vulnerability, fear, and the quiet hope you'll notice what her words won't say. Ready? Let's uncover what she's really feeling before it's too late. 1. She's hot and cold, and you're left wondering if you feel like she's a puzzle you can't quite solve. One day she's bubbly, flirty, and always texting. The next day she's distant, vague, maybe even ignoring you. Don't be fooled into thinking she's playing a game. The truth? When a woman is falling for you but terrified, her emotions become a battlefield. She wants to let you in, but every step closer triggers a silent alarm in her heart. She'll send you mixed signals, not because she's toying with you, but because she's scared of losing control. It usually starts after a moment of real connection, a conversation that gets a little too deep, a glance that lingers too long, a laugh that feels too genuine. Suddenly she pulls back. Maybe she cancels plans last minute, claims to be busy, or starts responding with short, safe answers. The next day, she'll pop up with a meme or a random question, almost as if nothing happened. This isn't about attention or power, it's a subconscious way of testing the waters, seeing if you'll stay consistent when she retreats. Her hot and cold behavior is really her fear and hope wrestling for control. She's looking for a sign that you're stable, unfazed, and willing to meet her where she is. Most men give up thinking she's not interested. The ones who patiently stay, the ones who don't chase or run, but just remain, those are the men she learns to trust. If you notice her emotional weather changing without warning, remember, it's not rejection, it's self-protection. Her heart is torn between the rush of falling in love and the terror of getting hurt. If you want to win her trust, don't react to the storm. Be her calm, steady anchor instead. 2. She opens up, then retreats. There's a powerful moment that happens when a woman starts to trust you. She lets her guard down, just a little. Maybe she tells you about her past, a scar she carries, a secret hope, or even a heartbreak that shaped her. Her voice might tremble, her eyes soften, and for a split second, she's letting you see the real her. But then, just as quickly, she'll retreat. She'll change the topic, laugh it off, or act like she overshared. Why? Because opening up to you is both exhilarating and terrifying. For a woman who's falling but afraid, vulnerability feels like standing on the edge of a cliff, hoping someone will catch her. When she lets you in, if only for a moment, it means you matter far more than she's willing to admit. But that same vulnerability is also her biggest fear. She's haunted by the thought, what if he doesn't care? What if he thinks I'm too much? So, she instinctively pulls back to see how you'll respond. Most men miss this. They might get confused, even frustrated by her sudden shift. But if you recognize what's really happening, you'll see that her retreat is an invitation. She's saying, I want to trust you, but I'm scared. Will you accept me as I am? The best thing you can do in these moments isn't to press her for more or question her feelings. Instead, be present. Listen. Offer gentle reassurance. Let her know, through your actions, that she's safe showing you her true self. Every time you hold space for her story without judgment, her fear gets smaller and her love stronger. 3. She watches your every reaction, even when she pretends not to. One of the biggest giveaways that a woman is falling for you, but scared, is how intently she observes you, even when she acts nonchalant. You'll notice her eyes on you in those unguarded moments when you're laughing with friends, talking about your goals, or even just scrolling through your phone. She notices everything. Your smile when you see her, the way you talk about your family, how you treat the people around you. But it's not just curiosity, it's a quiet, constant study. She's looking for signs that she's safe with you. When you mention other women, even casually, she'll listen a little closer, her body tensing just for a second. If you talk about your dreams, she'll watch your face, searching for sincerity and depth. When you're upset, she senses it, even if you say you're fine. Why? Because every part of her wants to believe you're as emotionally invested as she is, but her fear tells her to look for red flags. Sometimes she'll even joke about what ifs or tease you about the future just to see how you react. If your eyes light up, she'll relax. If you seem distant, she'll shrink back. Her mind is playing defense and offense at the same time. Does he really care? Am I reading this right? Or am I setting myself up for heartbreak? This hyper-awareness isn't manipulation, it's self-preservation. She wants to move forward but doesn't want to be blindsided by disappointment. The secret? Consistency and openness. If you're honest and transparent, she'll pick up on it. And every genuine smile, every reassuring word, every time you're emotionally present, you show her she has nothing to fear. 4. Her compliments are laced with caution. When a woman is falling for you but terrified, her compliments often come with a layer of subtlety. She'll say, "You're really good at what you do," or "You make me feel safe." But there's always a pause, a nervous smile, or a quick change of topic right after. It's as if she's tossing you tiny pieces of her heart, hoping you'll catch them but bracing herself in case you drop them. These aren't just polite observations. For her, every compliment is a test. A little risk to see if you'll validate her feelings or brush them aside. Maybe she tells you, "You're the only one I can talk to about this," then laughs nervously, waiting for your response. Or she teases you about your dangerously charming smile, then quickly looks away. She's trying to gauge if you feel the same, but she's afraid of exposing herself too much. Most men miss how much courage it takes for a woman to give a genuine compliment, especially if she's guarding her heart. If you dismiss or downplay what she says, she'll pull back and reinforce her walls. But if you respond with warmth and appreciation, she'll feel seen and safe. Remember, every compliment from a guarded woman is like a breadcrumb trail to her deeper emotions. The more you cherish these moments, by accepting, reciprocating, and not making fun of her vulnerability, the closer she'll inch toward truly letting you in. 5. She shares her world through music and memories. Music is the language of emotion, and when words fail, a woman falling for you but terrified will let a song say what she can't. You might find her sending you Spotify links out of the blue, sharing lyrics in the middle of a conversation, or mentioning a song that just made her think of you. Sometimes it's a tune you both laughed at together. Sometimes it's a romantic ballad with words that hit a little too close to the heart. To you, these little gestures might seem random, but for her, they're incredibly intimate. Sending a song or reminiscing about a shared memory is a safe way for her to express feelings she can't quite say aloud. She might send you a lyric with no explanation, secretly hoping you'll pick up on the message. Music becomes her emotional bridge, an indirect invitation for you to meet her halfway. Why music? Because it's less risky than direct confession. She's terrified of rejection, so she lets the melody speak instead. If you acknowledge these gestures, share your own favorite song, or talk about the memories she brings up, you're not just making conversation. You're joining her in that private, vulnerable space. And in doing so, you help her see that falling for you isn't something she has to fear. 6. Her friends know about you, even if she's not public. There's a saying, if you want to know how a woman really feels about you, listen to what her friends know. When she's falling but terrified, you'll start to notice subtle hints that her inner circle is aware of your existence, even if you're not official. Maybe her best friend teases her when you walk by. Maybe she casually mentions that "my friend thought your joke was hilarious," or you catch your name in her group chat notifications. Why does this matter? Because for many women, talking about a man to her friends is a huge step. It means she's testing out the idea of you in her life, seeing how you fit with the people she trusts most. She may not post you on Instagram, but if her friends know details about you, you're already more important than you think. At the same time, she might not want to make things public yet. That's her fear talking, the anxiety that things might not work out, and she'll have to explain to her friends why she's hurting. So she keeps you in the inner circle, but holds off on telling the world. If you notice her friends acting extra friendly, giving you knowing smiles, or suddenly inviting you to group hangouts, know that you're being introduced to her world, one careful step at a time. 7. She's braver behind the screen than in person. Here's a scenario you might recognize. Over text, she's flirty, witty, even a little bold. She sends late-night messages, heart emojis, or playful teasing. But when you see her in person, she gets shy, looks away, or seems nervous. This isn't a contradiction. It's a classic sign she's falling but scared. Digital conversations are safer for her. She can edit her words, reread your responses, and control how much she reveals. The screen acts like a shield, giving her a sense of distance from potential rejection. In real life, all those feelings come flooding in, and suddenly her confidence takes a hit. She's worried about saying the wrong thing, reading your cues wrong, or being too obvious. It's easy to mistake this for lack of interest, but the truth is just the opposite. Her braveness online is her way of building the courage she'll need to be vulnerable with you face to face. If you want to help her bridge the gap, be gentle and reassuring in person. Let her set the pace. Show her that the warmth she feels over text is safe to bring into the real world. With time and patience, her digital confidence will translate into authentic connection. 8. Her body speaks louder than her words. Even the most guarded woman can't fully control her body language. If she's falling for you but scared, her heart will reveal itself in the way she moves, even if her words say otherwise. Watch for the subtle signs. Does she lean in when you're talking? Does she find reasons to touch your arm or shoulder, even lightly? Are her eyes bright and fixed on yours, or does she look away and blush when you catch her staring? There's a science to this. When a woman is emotionally invested but afraid, her nervous system takes over. She'll mirror your movements, fidget with her hair, or unconsciously angle her body toward you. Physical proximity, like sitting close, brushing hands, or lingering hugs, means more than she'll ever say out loud. Sometimes her body will even betray her fear. Crossed arms, sudden shyness, or fidgeting when the topic gets intimate. If you're attentive, you'll see her battling the urge to pull closer and the instinct to pull away. The secret is to respond with kindness, not pressure. If you respect her boundaries and make her feel comfortable, her body will slowly relax and her heart will follow. 9. She asks about your deepest fears and dreams. If your conversations with her go beyond surface-level small talk, if she asks you about your childhood, your greatest ambitions, the things that scare you most, she's not just making conversation, she's looking for connection. For a woman who's falling but terrified, these questions are her way of mapping out who you are and whether you're emotionally available. She wants to know what drives you, what keeps you up at night, and where she might fit into your future. She might gently probe about your past relationships, your relationship with your family, or your hopes for the future. Don't see this as intrusive. See it as investment. She's building a bridge from her heart to yours, brick by brick, hoping you'll be brave enough to meet her halfway. Every time you answer honestly, you're telling her, it's safe to be real here. And that reassurance is the single most powerful antidote to her fear. 10. She's apologizing for just being herself. If you notice she's always saying sorry for texting you late, for talking too much, for sharing how she feels, it's not just a habit. It's a sign she's afraid of being too much for you. She worries that her real self might scare you off, that her emotions are too heavy, or that you'll tire of her affection. Every apology is a silent plea. Please don't leave. Please don't make me regret opening up. For women who've been hurt before, this habit can be deeply ingrained. If you respond with frustration, she'll retreat even further behind her walls. But if you reassure her, tell her she never has to apologize for being herself and you appreciate her honesty, you'll break through her fear faster than any grand romantic gesture ever could. Her apologies are proof that you matter. She wants to be close, but she's terrified you'll reject the truest parts of her. Your acceptance is the light that can guide her out of her self-doubt and into something real. There you have it, 10 secret signs she's falling for you, but terrified to show it. Remember, love is a dance between hope and fear, and sometimes the strongest feelings hide behind the subtlest signals. If you recognize these signs, don't run and don't push. Just be present, patient, and kind. That's how you become the man she finally lets herself love, without fear. If this spoke to your heart, leave your story below and join the Olivia Rose community for more real talk on love, relationships, and everything in between.